Hey, KIC here, and welcome to Xenocide. This is a game by Confused Genius, and I am playing a review copy, and just thought I'd go ahead and sit down and kind of show you what this game looks like. So this is a brand new top-down arcade twin-stick shooter. Well, at least I believe it's a twin-stick shooter. I haven't actually had a chance to test the keypad control, but that is one of the things the developers advertise, that it does have full keypad control. As you can see, like I said, it is a top-down twin-stick shooter type game. Now, obviously, because there's a cursor on the screen, I'm using a mouse and keyboard, but that's just my preference. You can, of course, play whatever you want, keyboard and mouse or gamepad. This is not meant to be a long-running game, just so you know. This is definitely a kind of kickback, play a level or two, see where you rate on the high scores, and then kind of, compare with your buddies sort of game. It does have local co-op, I believe. I don't think it has online co-op. I think it's just local. And each map in the game kind of has a different thing about it. Now, in this case, this one has little, I don't know what you want to call them here, maybe altars, statues. Well, hello there, cat. That basically creates power-ups for you. Now, I'll explain a little bit more about the game, but then there are some other maps where they don't have that sort of thing, and you maybe have a different kind of purpose to the map. In general, though, the game is all about surviving as long as you can, be it because you're fighting out waves or because you just have non-stop enemies coming at you. It just, kind of depends. So let's just kind of talk about how the game works a little bit, just as we're sitting here shooting things. Now, I'll talk a bit first about weapons and that sort of fun stuff, and then we can talk about the power-ups and the variety of those. There are quite a few, but primarily you have a couple of different weapons in the game. You have a shotgun, a rifle, and an SMG. Those are your primaries. And then you also have your secondary weapons, which I have not shown you to this point, so let's go ahead and switch to that. I'm using the minigun, which, conveniently enough, does not have any spin-up or spin-down time. And your alternate weapon, as you can see here, if I just kind of wait a moment, that number below me is the ammunition I have for my alternate weapon. So if I just wait a little while, it regenerates on its own. Now that I've used all of it up, I'm back to my standard primary, so it just automatically switches back to that for me. There's no reload in this game. You just blow through your ammo, and then it'll basically reload for you, and you're good to go. Now, of course, since the different weapons are, as I said, rifle, shotgun, SMG, they do kind of have different properties to them. I have found that the rifle is all but worthless for me. That's my particular style of play. You might like it, I don't know. I'm terrible with it, so there's really no sense for me trying to use the rifle. I'm much better off using the shotgun or the SMG, just because I like shotguns and SMGs, I guess, and I don't dislike rifles, don't get me wrong, but I'm just quite terrible with it, so, I would rather not use it if I can avoid it. And since you get to choose the weapon you're using, it's pretty easy to avoid it. Now, I did mention this game has power-ups. You've been seeing me pick them up, and in fact, let's see, we have a red one over here, that's health, and the green one, and another green one. You'll see in the bottom left-hand corner I have two green power-ups listed. The first is the one that's active right now, the little shuriken shield. Then it has another one, which is the invulnerability, which is what is now active. And as soon as that is over, I'm going to switch to this one right here, which basically turns my shotgun into a fully auto shotgun, so long as I still have some time left on it. These ones are quite handy, and the way it works, you can kind of have, well, actually, I take it back. That was a different one, but related. There are a variety of different ones I have going right now that can affect your ammunition. Let's see, that one is double shotgun rate, so there we go. Maybe I had a bunch of them going on, so that's why it was kind of like fully auto mayhem. I'm not 100% certain, I have to admit. There we go. Got another one going. I think that's the case. Yeah, I'm just blasting through ammo right now. But then again, there are a variety of different power-ups. Now, some of the other ones are the yellow ones. Those more or less affect your ammo specifically. So now I have leeching bullets, so every time I shoot these guys, I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of health back. And as it so happens, it's actually enough to really keep you going. It actually works pretty well. Now I have the flaming ones, so that's going to basically burn them, so that works out well for me and not so well for them. And basically you can kind of pick the power-ups that are going to drop in the level, which I actually kind of like. That's a pretty interesting twist that I haven't really seen in a lot of games of this style. Generally it's whatever falls, falls, and if you get one you want, great for you, and if not, well, better luck next time. So that is kind of a nice little touch that they've added there. I haven't even talked about the grenade weapons. I've used it a couple times, and I'll go ahead and use it again. The dots on the right-hand side of my character... Here, let's go ahead and use one. Boom, there you go. That is a grenade. This is the black hole grenade. I'll use another one, and another. Why not? I'm kind of wasting them there. You would ideally be a little more choosy about when you use those, but just the same, I wanted to show you what it looks like when you use them. So now you'll see those dots are kind of slowly regenerating, and in fact, they've already come back. So that means I have more grenades available to me. Now, I like these grenades just because they do a little bit of crowd control. The others, not so much, except like kickback and or knockback, and that's perhaps not as exciting as a black hole. There are different grenades, of course, and there are different alternate weapons, which I'll show you another alternate weapon whenever I get around to dying, which may be a while, it may not be a while. I'm not 100% sure at this rate, honestly. But that basically, in a nutshell, are all of your weapons and power-ups. Now, obviously, there are a lot more power-ups than the ones I have shown you. There's probably 20 different power-ups. I'm just kind of pulling a number out of the air from what I'm trying to remember from the menu. It's quite a few, though. I was pretty surprised. I didn't think there would be as many as there are. Now, the other thing this game has going for it, which I've been doing a little bit, is the dodging, and that is basically, I don't want to say controlled by, but governed by the yellow dots. So you see those yellow dots on my bar, that means I have an action point. Or we can call them an action point. I gotta be honest, I don't remember exactly how the developers describe it, but it's more or less an action point. If you have one of those, that means you can dodge. Dodging, of course, is quite handy if you want to get out of trouble in a hurry. And this is kind of where these guns shine too, these alternate ones, because if you need to mow through a bunch of guys pretty quickly, this tends to work pretty well. And then, look at that, just like that, I got some burning ammo. So that's going to make my life a little easier getting out of this little predicament. Now, as you can see, too, the enemies will change the longer you're in the map. So there's still another set of enemies that can come out that I have seen that I have not yet had appear in this particular video, and we'll see if I can last long enough for that to happen. Those ones really give me trouble, so I may not last much longer than that, should those ones actually arrive. But these little, I don't know, bomb-type guys, they're not too big a deal. As long as you shoot them ahead of time, they explode, and you're more or less okay. There you go. You can see how much health I just got back on those two shots. It's pretty considerable. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing well now. They're actually getting close to me after I just said they're not a big deal. You gotta love that sort of stuff, right? Let's go ahead and bounce around a little bit so I can pick up some power-ups to help me out here so I can mow through these guys, because, yeah, there are a lot of them around me, and I am doing a really terrible job of picking stuff up. Of course, all these big green clouds lying around, those are problematic. I don't want to run through them because they will damage me. Just to be clear, so you know that. Let's bounce through there. There we go. Grab all this stuff, and I'll go ahead and take that. Yeah, there we go. Now we're mowing through stuff. Pick up that health along the way. Man, look at that. Just like that, I have pretty much cleared everyone that wasn't near me. Gotta love it. Now, this game also does have leaderboards. So, of course, after you've had a particularly good run, you can go and check the leaderboard after the fact. And, you know, if you've had a pretty good run, you might find yourself near the top. This is pretty early days for this game. It just came out, I believe, this past weekend. So, well, I mean this past weekend, if you're watching when I posted this video. If you're not, well, then obviously that means nothing to you. But because it's pretty new and it's, there we go, pretty small game, it's not been on a lot of people's radar. You have a pretty good shot of ranking on the leaderboards pretty well. So you can see I have 191 kills, and then these various Xeno kills, Xeno massacre, Xeno mayhem, etc., that give you various extra bonus points for everything. So 43,000, that is my high score for this map. We're just going to go back to the main menu. I'll just kind of kick through it right quick so you can see the different maps we have going on in the game. So this is the one I was just playing, Hecatome Havoc. You can see there I am. Boom, number 3. Then we have Death on Rails. This has a train in it. Panic in the City. You run through the city. I think I'm going to play that one again. Grind Show Carnage. This is kind of at a carnival or that sort of thing. It's a pretty interesting one. And Alien HQ, which actually came really close to getting the top score on, but I did not. So let's just go ahead and mix things up. I'm going to show you the submachine gun and the regular grenade and the laser gun, which... and then we can go ahead and look at... Okay, I was wrong. There are not 20 different power-ups, but there are about 18 or so. Is that right? 9, 6, 3... 18. Sounds about good. So you can just kind of see here, there are a variety of different ones. I have chosen the health, the weapon modification, which is different for each gun, and the fire bullets, then the life leech bullets, the invulnerable shield, and the shuriken shield. And of course, you can, like I said, you can pick pretty much what you want. And you know what? Just for kicks, let's go ahead and pick nuke. I haven't experienced nuke yet. And just for kicks, instead of invulnerable shield, I don't think this is going to do me well. But whatever, we'll see what happens. Let's choose Betrayal. That sounds like fun. Let's get a little extra red on the map. We're going to go ahead and play through one more map, just because. Why not? Here we go. Now, for some reason... there we go. Never mind. I was confused. Nope, we're good. So, in this particular map, I didn't really focus on the screen too long, but one of the things that I mentioned early on is that each map kind of has a different idea with it. The last one is playing obviously had different waves. This one is all about seeing how far you can go in addition to just surviving the constant onslaught of enemies. And I see some stuff dropping, so I'm going to go grab that, because that's going to help me out quite a bit, I think. Yeah, the fire bullets are really handy. I don't know that I like the submachine gun as much as I do the shotgun. I kind of think I like the shotgun, but this is one of the cool upgrades with this one specifically, is it kind of turns into a shotgun in a sense. I mean, it's obviously not a... Wow, I gotta say I like that a lot. It's not a shotgun, but I do have twice the bullets going on, such that I do actually have a little bit of spread with it, kind of like a shotgun. That's pretty darn handy, I gotta say. And since you get quite a few more rounds out of a magazine, that's not too shabby. Now, I have no idea how many points I get for traveling super duper far. Let's just see what happens. They're all going to go fight each other. That's kind of handy. Yeah, I guess I like that. I don't know. That actually does make it pretty easy to kill them, I gotta say. That is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and throw a regular grenade so you can see how that one works. It's basically just like you would expect. Throw a grenade and boom, it explodes. I don't like the TNT. That was the other grenade one. I find the delay on it to be a little too long, such that you really have to plan your uses of it. And in a game like this, where you just have guys constantly coming at you, you might think that would work out well, right? That maybe it has a bit of a delay on it. No, it's almost too much. So, like I said, you really have to plan your attack, and you kind of have to just... I don't know. I felt like I just had to get lucky with it, more so than if I were using, say, these grenades, which I can more or less plan where I want to use them, or the black hole bombs, which I can more or less plan where I want to use them. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and I haven't quite gotten the hang of the TNT. I'm not 100% sure yet. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys here. I need to continue on with my distance. Now this is, I don't know if this map is actually procedurally generated or if it's a constant map. The other ones that I've played on, I'm fairly certain it's a set map, but I really don't know about this one. That is something I just don't have the answer to. Let's go ahead and switch to the laser gun so I can show you what that looks like. Now this one is obviously a beam weapon, so you can just kind of hold on to it and just mow through everything as it more or less gets close to you, which of course is always fun stuff. That's good time. I enjoy a good laser weapon, why not? Let's go ahead and pick up some of this stuff too, just so I can have some additional power-ups and things going on. It's always good to have some of that stuff active. There we go. Grab that nuke. That gets rid of everyone quick, fast, and in a hurry. Gotta say, I definitely appreciate that. I need some more health, so let's go ahead and grab some more power-ups while I can. Oh, I kind of just want to sit here and wait for them to come to me so I can use the nuke again, but yeah, power-ups do go away, so you can't just sit on them forever. They do have a limited time. That was actually really convenient there. I ran out of bullets for my SMG. I probably should have switched to my laser just to get rid of those flying bomb creature type things. I don't know what they are. I'm just calling them that because that sounds somewhat descriptive. Oh, yeah, they're going to explode on me. Oh, those guys are definitely going to explode on me. Let's go ahead and shoot that truck. Are you going to explode? Maybe not. Maybe it already did. I'm not sure. Maybe the truck doesn't explode and the other cars do. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out all of the little tricks to this game just yet. Let's go ahead and switch back to the SMG. Here we go. You guys can all turn on each other. That helps me out a little bit. I like that. Buys me some maneuverability. I don't know if it's as handy as the invulnerability is. I mean, invulnerability is always a good thing, right? But it does help you buy a little time, and that's really all it's about. It's just getting a little time to take care of stuff. Yep, I'll go ahead and take that. Thank you very much, because I can actually use a little health right now. Here we go. Come on, a little more health, and yep, nope, I already ran through my rounds for that. That is kind of a shame. Let's just go ahead and blow these guys up. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I saw that happening just a second too late. I ran right to where that guy pounced on me. So there you go. This is Xenocide. It's a pretty interesting game. Like I said, it's not a game you're going to be playing for a ton of time. It really is just a kind of hop in, kick back, and just play a couple rounds. It might take 5 minutes like that. It might take 10 minutes. You might be playing longer. I don't know. It might only take you a couple minutes. My first round went pretty quickly, so if yours does, you know, that's just part of learning a new game. Or maybe you're better than I am and you'll last a lot longer. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, actually. I mean, I just kind of ran into that guy who jumped on me. I couldn't have planned it any better for him than I actually did, so, you know. But anyway, that's Xenocide. Just wanted to show you this game. I thought it was pretty interesting. It is available on Steam if you are interested in picking it up. If you would like to see more content on this game, do let me know in the comments. And I hope you will check out some additional stuff on my channel if you haven't been already. And I will catch you on the next episode. So thanks for watching. See you later. Hey guys, hold this grenade for me, will you? Thanks.